Okay.
Startup sequence activated.
Yes, thank you. And we are back. Apparently I hit level 200 last time. Let me go promote. Promoting. Hello. There it is. And let's see. Plans for today. I need to scout out a spot for this horde base that we're going to be doing in the wasteland.
Did you decide that you're going to do concrete blocks instead of titanium?
I've not decided anything yet.
I was going to say, because if you did, then you should probably stop the titanium blocks from crafting.
Possibly. Let's see. So, yeah, we are promoted. I am promoted.
You're promoted.
I'm promoted. Let's see.
I'm a little behind. It took my configgy so long to load.
Shapes.
But we are at an advanced stage.
Yes.
I'm a little worried about it, not gonna lie. But we still have not decided whether we're going to do... Hey, John! We still have not decided whether we're going to do a street horde or if we're going to do a base horde. I think it's a base horde. I think
I'm thinking we're doing base.
The baseline consensus is. Hey, Howard. Yes, yay, Friday. I didn't feel nearly as swimmy today. Everyone will be glad to know. And I took my COVID test today and it came back negative. Also, a big yay.
So things are looking up. Definitely feeling better today.
I needs it.
Needs the Booba Palace. How to make a Booba Palace?
I wants it.
What to do while those are crafting?
We also have...
we'll need iron if you want to do...
sorcery coming up, so we might do the Booba Palace in sorcery. Because, you know, sorceresses need the Booba Palace. Hey, Jinxie!
You go off to get iron?
Hey, Black Asp. Yeah, I'm gonna
Hey, Black Asp.
tired. Are we feeling better? I'm not as swimmy.
I'm definitely feeling better today.
Not as swimmy as yesterday, so that's lovely. And I just mentioned that I did take my COVID test and it came back negative today. So, hey, Mrs. Buttocks.
I love that name.
Hey, Mabel. So you get to watch me do the super exciting
mining.
I think this was a conspiracy on Venom's part. He's like, nobody wants to watch me because I'm always mining. I know, I'll make Meso do it.
See, I'm gonna go cause a ruckus. I also need gas.
Magic Booba Palace. I'm okay with that. Make a suggestion about sorcery, as long as it's not like spoilery, because we don't really know anything about it and we kind of want to go in fresh. We're only planning on doing sorcery with vanilla. I don't know if that alters any of your suggestions.
Yeah. Whoa, hello.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ms. Buttocks. I just know that you are Drajonis' other half, so I was just missing you. Sorry. At least I didn't call you ma'am. When I started getting ma'amed, I was like, how dare you? And now I'm like, no, that's fine. That's better than a whole lot of other things you could call me. I'm good.
Okay, so I'm looking for trouble out in the wasteland. Yeah, I just got some steel.
was Venom's plot to have more people watch his stream. He's like, I'm not mining today.
Like I said, I'm out in the wasteland causing a ruckus. That's a scrap, but that's the black sky.
After loading sorcery, add Kane's 15-slot tool belt, and in sorcery Discord load sword and
Master,
sorcery.
we are not alone.
Sword and sorcery, huh? We weren't planning on doing any extra mods with sorcery. We're just going to check out sorcery.
Although a bigger tool belt does sound delicious.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I've been watching Lainey do her Daring Adventure series on vanilla, and I'm like, oh my god, her inventory is so small and her tool belt is so small. How do you survive, woman? How do you survive?
There we go. And I didn't
Not
lock
in-
my shit again.
Oh, hey, you know what? That's actually...
Let's see. This would come... I can't move that. Let's, oh, and then these. And I forgot to empty my bike again. Well, it is what it is. More concrete. Because we needed more concrete, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Sword and sorcery modlet is just choices for melee elemental weapons.
Interesting.
I thought they added that in the new thingy-majigger. The new...
New
What
mod
do you call it? Version.
version.
How much iron? How much iron do we need
Yes.
exactly?
Building bases eats through steel like mad.
Well, I don't want to get all this stone, so I'm not chopping over there. All of the iron is over like where the ramp is.
Incoming enemies. Prepare for conflict.
I may have to re-ramp.
Got an ogre.
I was gonna say, you're using an auger? Isn't that against your, like, moral principles?
I said I got an auger. What would I be using an auger on?
I don't know. Zombies? So we were talking about Project Zomboid. Because I feel like I'm really terrible at it. Really, really bad at it. Like, just the combat, not necessarily everything else, but the combat is tough to learn. 'Cause it's not like other games. And so we're going to be doing a little Meso battle boot camp. So that I can get good. Noob. Not yet. Devrix has been busy with getting holy and unholy done. Ah, I see. Hello, Malay! You guys have strict mining rules, but for the love of my sanity, just go ham, get it all the iron. Yeah, we need minions to mine for us.
That would be lovely.
I wonder.
Wonder who?
No, see, it's not showing like regular stuff. Well, Well, I was using the military tablet to see if it actually shows like where the ore is underground, but it's just showing me the sky, so that doesn't seem right.
Master, we are not alone.
Interesting. Hey, Dinkers!
Yeah, we're getting somewhere.
Minions wouldn't work your style of mining. Needs serious micromanaging.
I could throw stuff in my Reddit.
I could just not look at their mines. As long as they showed up with the resources. See, you need like automated bots or something. Mine for you. Or like, like the drills in Ravenhurst that you can set up. Like auto miners.
Oh, he of the wiggly head.
Well, I don't plan on spending all day in this mine. I'm gonna mine up some iron, and then that's gonna have to be good enough for right now. But if we are doing steel, then you should go and stop those
I did.
titanium blocks from being made.
They already stopped.
Oh, okay.
My senses have picked up something.
Because he was talking about how the titanium blocks were going to take forever. Like literally, that's what the time said. It said infinite.
Well, that was like 800 minutes or something like that. Still. We ain't got that much time. Where's my bike? It's over here. So, enough farming of the portal for now. I'll move on. Wait, let me, oh, hey. Actually, let's see, I can scrap that. I don't need that. Stone is something else I would put in here.
Thankfully, I have all of my mining stuff capped, so I'm getting the maximum per node.
Yeah. Definitely helps. Let's see. What's this? That says it's titanium node. So I am going to go have a look-see at the special
I
node.
was wondering. John said, with all the kids, I'm surprised there are no auto miners in this version. And then he goes, autocorrect is dumb sometimes. How did they get kids from mods? I was gonna say, with all of our kids, huh?
All of
We don't
them.
really have all that many. All of the singular kid who does not like to play 7 Days to Die. Hey, if I could bribe her into mining for us, I would totally do it. It would take a lot of bribery that I don't think I'm willing to do.
It's very red.
What's very red?
I wonder if that's just the lighting. So this is a titanium spot. Yep.
I don't need auto miners in Darkness Falls. If you mine like a mad person, you can easily get... Yeah, I know you don't need them. For streaming purposes, it would be nice. Because then you wouldn't be doing the boring old, oh, watch me mine for 2 hours business. I don't mind mining, actually, which is why I'm perfectly normally fine with there not being auto miners. Because mining's not really that hard. It's just time consuming and it's not particularly good content.
It's actually a bit soothing when you're the one doing it.
Yeah, when you're just like chilling out and you're just like, okay, I'm just gonna mine today. It'll be fine. It's not bad, but when you want to be entertaining, like, well, well.
Then you got a bitch about Bethesda.
Uh-oh, don't get me started.
Poke, 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 poke. Or some other. Right over here.
Try to stay crouched, because then you don't hear me grunting all the time. But then I can't reach the upper bits. Bribes, such sweet parents. I threaten. Just kidding. Yeah, see, I've already got like quite a bit of iron. It's not that I can't get iron, and I don't hate mining per se. In fact, for when I'm like on the Chaos Crew and I wasn't streaming, I did a lot of mining. Very low stress.
Easy XP too.
It is easy XP. Mining is good time to rant and to entertain. Oh, don't you guys worry. I got rants stored up for days. For days.
For days.
You want to ride to the mall? I want 1,000 iron. Then she'd be like, I don't need to go to the mall. It's fine. When you change like the Wi-Fi password. Oh, you wanted internet today? Oh. Well, you see, I need resources. Ah! I fell.
Just get your hobo self to work.
Nothing beats a good rant. Well, I suppose it depends on if you think it's a good rant or not. Ow.
Yeah, there's good rants, there's not so good rants.
We were talking about Starfield yesterday, which is one of the new Bethesda games. There's actually another game that's technically under the Bethesda banner. It's actually done through their like publishing arm, so it wasn't actually Bethesda who created or developed the game, but they published it. Called, what was it? Tokyo. Hold on. I can't remember. It was like Tokyo Ghost or Ghost Tokyo or something like that. I haven't heard a whole lot about it. I have it on my wish list. Ghostwire, that's what it was.
Oh, I remember something about that.
And it like they didn't do any kind of like promotion really for it. They're like, oh, and by the way, here's the game. They did like a little preview that you could play that was like a little adventure game as like a teaser, but they didn't even like really promote that all that much. And then I've been hearing mixed things about the game itself. It's like, well, it's basically a collection game, and if you just go for like the main quest, it only takes like a couple of hours. And some people are saying it's actually, really good. Like the combat feels good, and this feels good. And other people are like, nah, it's boring. It's this, it's that. So like, I can't get a good read on it. But it's like a $60 game, I think. And so I'm like, I don't want to drop $60 on something that's just like meh.
Meh.
Or it's like not just like you just play it for like a couple of hours and then you're like, okay, I'm done. It seemed intriguing. Like you're supposed to fight these ghosts that are trying to take over Tokyo. Like everybody disappeared or is gone or something in Tokyo, and then you're supposed to go and like get rid of the ghosts because they're trying to take over the world? Question mark. Not really sure. One thing about sorcery, forget everything you know about 7 Days to Die and embrace the magic tree. Oh, don't you worry. I am prepared to embrace the magic. I am prepared.
Currently, granted I haven't played yet, but currently my plan is to go heavy into Frost, at least. Focused on, that's where I'm going to be doing most of my stuff. I like being Frost Mage. I like the idea of it.
And that's rock, so I don't care.
And I couldn't avoid digging, could I?
I wish you could convert stone into resources like Empyrean. Even at a 20-to-1 ratio, it would be nice.
Something.
You see the new Elder Scrolls Saga trailer. Is it like Elder Scrolls Online? Or are you talking about something else? Because I know the Elder Scrolls Online just released a new expansion. It's called like High Isle or something like that. And it nearly got me. It nearly made me want to get back into playing ESO. I was like,
Hey, Rudog.
new expansion? Really? And then I was like, no, stop it. What?
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 Rudog popped into the chat.
Oh. Well, yeah, because I'm doing boring digging. That's why.
I'm doing boring digging too.
Oh.
Like I said,
screwed.
like I said, I just couldn't avoid the digging. I found some plutonium, and I'm trying to gather some plutonium.
Oh yeah, we need that for something. What do we need it for?
Making ammo.
Oh, ammo would be good. I would like some ammo.
That.
Still waiting for Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, me too. I was watching Wolfheart. I think it's Wolfheart FPS or something like that. I was watching him. He was streaming Divinity Original Sin 2 today, which I was like, oh, really? He actually, I think I've mentioned before, he was at one of the From Hells that Larian did, introducing the Barbarian class as one of the new things for Baldur's Gate 3. He helped them introduce that. And so he has quite a bit of Larian stuff. Like he's really been on Baldur's Gate 3, and so he was doing Divinity Original Sin 2 today, and he did a couple of things that I didn't even know you could do. But he was playing as one of the storied characters. So he didn't make his own character. He was actually playing one of the sort of pre-built characters that that has a backstory, and they have their own storyline. And it was really interesting because there were several interactions and several things that happened that I'd actually never seen before because I'd never really played that character.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't really do the storied characters much.
Also, I think I remember correctly, they were redoing Beast's storyline because people were complaining that it was a little meh. And he had Beast, and Beast is a pirate dwarf, and then Fane is like a skeleton dude. And he had Beast and Fane and the Red Prince, who's like a lizard guy. And you can help go through. I mean, it won't be exactly the same if you're not playing that character as your main, but if they're in your party, you're gonna go through their story. So.
Yep.
That's one of the reasons why I'm like, you guys see us play. Well, I mean, some of you do. Some of you come and watch. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. That's fine. But some of you guys come and watch, and I'm like, don't take like our playthrough as like this is exactly what the game is.
No,
That's like the tip of the iceberg.
that game has so many variations to it.
Okay, I got your iron. I'm gonna go hunting zombie now. Bye. Have you ever done an undead character playthrough on Divinity? I've tried. I made a undead dwarf lady, and I had really seriously considered doing an undead character for this playthrough that we were gonna do, because there's just so many cool things about the undead. It's such a different style, and before everybody started getting sick, it was right when Venom was starting to get ill. He didn't really feel like streaming and stuff. And I had thought, well, if he doesn't want to stream, maybe I could show off, the undead side of things. I could show how different that playstyle is and stuff. But then I started feeling like garbage. And then it's been just a garbage spiral for like the last couple of weeks. There's so many things I want to do, guys, though. Because, but some of it's like single player, so then I'd have to find a time that I could stream or do something. Because, like, I want to show off a whole bunch of stuff in Fallout 4. Like, one of the things, I mentioned this yesterday when I was just a super baby YouTube starting out. My very first thing I did was I streamed Fallout 4. And some of the things that I wanted to do was I wanted to do, like, the Far Harbor downloadable content, because I haven't really seen a lot of people do that.
Just need a little more.
And there's like several other things that I just kind of wanted to show off and talk about, because I really enjoy the game and I could talk about it for ages and ages. But I also want to do more on Divinity. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I want to show off in Divinity, like the different characters and what it's like to not just play a duo, because not playing a duo, playing with a lot of companions,
That changes it up a lot.
Drastically changes things. Going through the different background stories and all that stuff, that makes everything different. So, I mean, the base story is the same. Like, you're still trying to become a divine and all that blah, blah, blah. But, like, there's so much other stuff. And I'm just like, oh, man, I'd really like to do that. And I'd really like to do, Project Zomboid. As we're learning more and more, and we're more capable of surviving, I think I would like to show that off too. And then there's Back for Blood, and then there's like several other games where I'm like, oh man, I'd really like to.
This is a very confused zombie. Yeah, Back for Blood, sadly, is not really a series type. It's kind of a, we're going to play this every while.
Every once in a while kind of a deal. Bad kitty.
Let's see. Gas that up.
Use the time frame you had for Ladies' Night with Liz and Lainey. I never did a Ladies' Night with Liz and Lainey.
Yeah, so the time frame never got assigned. What was I doing? Oh, I still need to go back to Anna. Oh, that was good.
That was Daphne from Not a Gamer Gaming. And their schedules, both Liz and Daphne's schedules precluded them from doing another Ladies' Night. Which was sad, because everybody liked it. I think that was one of Lainey's most popular series. Everybody was like, what? No more Ladies' Night? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, a lot of people really liked it.
Oh, no problems. Don't worry about it, Howard. It's fine. You should definitely go out and check out Not a Gamer Gaming and More to Me for Life. I think they're really good channels.
Yep.
And also Nerdlit Gaming, if for some reason you don't know Lainey for whatever reason. I don't know why that would be, but definitely go and check her out. Oh, was there zombies in there? that a zombie that I saw? That was a zombie. There's a lot of zombies in there.
Check out the wasteland.
Jackpot.
Ooh.
My senses have picked up something.
Oh, missed.
See, this is a lot more exciting than mining.
I got the amount of plutonium I needed. A little over a full stack. That should help. I suppose I should head back to the house and get it processing.
Oh yeah, I didn't process any of the iron, by the way. I just threw it in the box and then left.
Yeet. Hopefully I remember to take stuff out of my bike this time. I could just go over to the desert and get some oil shale for cooking up gas, I suppose.
Yes, Stephanie is very funny. So is Liz.
Yep.
And Lainey. I wasn't leaving Lainey out like she wasn't funny. It's just, I thought it was obvious because most people already know her here. Locked, you say?
I'd say that
no.
from my point of view, the worst part about the wasteland is all the damn debris.
Yeah. Oh, I see somebody here. Oh.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to be scouting out a base location. That's what I was supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've got stuff I need to drop off. Oil pumps are just so inefficient, though.
Do we need an oil pump?
Take like 10 minutes to go grab all the oil shale I ever need out of the desert.
I'm currently doing a series on Darkness Falls with sorcery, very challenging. I would imagine so. Which is why we want to do sorcery alone, even though we know Darkness Falls pretty well. Adding another mod that we really don't know anything about is asking for a lot of trouble.
Yeah, after we go through sorcery, we might turn around and do a dark sorcery thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. Depends on the mood.
It's a possibility.
Of course, we might just do something else entirely. I don't know. Like Miso was saying a little while ago, we're looking at quite a few different games.
Yeah, Raft is supposed to have their final update soon, and I want to do some of that.
Well, a final chapter.
Well, that's what I meant.
So I'll go back here. I'll put stuff away and get this, get the uranium cooking.
So I know that a couple of people I know that watch us actually have mentioned they do already like Raft. For those of you who've never heard of it, it looks deceptively chill.
Yeah.
And cute and nice. But especially when you set it up for the two sharks that are going to constantly harass you through the whole thing. That's a demon.
Kill it.
I am.
Better.
It's a demonic white. He was lurking in the freezer.
Such a lurker.
He's not lurking in the freezer anymore because I killed him. Kane and Devrix love to kill people. Probably true. Nothing wrong with a dry run to learn from. I've never seen the sorcery mod. Kinda waiting for you to. I hear John's foot tapping on the ground. Tap, tap, tap. Get with it.
Is that a hint, hint, nudge, nudge?
Chop, chop, guys. Well, we've gotta do our finale for Darkness Falls.
Yep.
And nailing down what that was going to be, and then actually trying to achieve that. And trying to get better from feeling like, gross crap and what have you.
Once again, COVID test came back negative, so that's all good. There was concern. Well, over 500 concrete blocks have already finished. That's a hell of a lot faster. Okay. I picked up some power armor gloves. Oh, what am I looking at here? Stuff and thing.
Don't really need to loot. I mean, we've got so much stuff already, but it's kind of a compulsion. I can't help it.
Can't help myself. I can't stop.
Ooh, is that a super corn? What is a super corn? I think we mentioned, I think the Friday Chaos Crew is playing Mech Warrior right now, but we were talking about Mondays, and I don't know how long we're going to be playing Darkness Falls on Mondays. Well, I'm sure we'll find something else to do, but I know that Span specifically is kind of Darkness Falled out. I don't think he enjoys it all that much.
I kind of get the feeling he's getting worn.
Okay, so I think I did the auto thing yesterday, right?
See, I would love to hop into Project Zomboid, but
I gotta get good first.
there's a lot of
priorities.
not exciting gameplay going on that.
There's a lot of, you have to like sit down and you have to read books. Like if you're playing single player, I know you can fast forward through some of that.
Yeah.
So it doesn't take as long, but when you're playing multiplayer, you can't just fast forward through the long, boring bits. You have to go through them. So there's a lot of like me and Venom sitting on the floor reading books. Whee!
Oh, you listen to a podcast or something.
Right. You guys think that digging is like the most primo exciting content you could ever receive. Just you wait.
Much action.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting there reading. Because you want to keep those XP. Wow.
If you're feeling under the weather.
The XP wow?
XP wow.
Yeah, that's another thing, Howard. We have a feeling that sorcery is going to require a different kind of horde base.
Yeah.
Because of the very little that we know about sorcery, there are the sorcerai that come around during horde as well.
Sorceresses.
Yes, sorceresses. And so the thought process behind what you're going to need for a defense is a bit different than even preparing for demons and stuff. Mining and rant sounds great to you. I've been trying to listen to more positive gaming news.
Positive.
Well, there isn't a whole lot going around, but I've been trying. There's supposed to be Overwatch 2 coming out. I never played Overwatch, but apparently they're making Overwatch 2. And I guess it's supposed to be free to play? Question mark?
Free to question mark.
Yeah, it's free to question mark. So then it's another Blizzard game. So this goes back onto my rant about Diablo Immortal. That with their egregious monetization practices, what kind of monetization are they going to try to do with Overwatch 2? Some people are very concerned. However, they have said that they're going to do like a battle pass season who's you what's it thing, but it's only supposed to last for, was it like 9 weeks or something, which I guess is very short for like a battle pass. Yay, rant times! So let me tell you about the monetization of the gaming industry. How it's going to shit. How it's going to ruin everything.
Chapter 3.
Exactly.
Okay, now I'm actually going to go up into the wasteland and scout out a base location.
Oh, well, good. Get on it.
Yes, ma'am.
My gosh, we got bunnies and chickens and...
Oh my.
Free to play, pay to win. Yeah. That's what a lot of people are afraid of. I mean, when they started putting out cash shops and stuff, people were like, well, you know, I don't want to pay for stuff. That should just be in the game. But then they kind of got used to buying, like, okay, it's just fancy cosmetics. Well, I guess I can deal with that.
When it's cosmetics, it doesn't bother me.
And then it started being, you know, convenience items. Oh, you need an XP boost. You need, you know, you want this thing to finish really quickly. You want, you know, more resources when you mine or whatever.
If it amplifies your power or shortcuts game mechanics, then I'm not for it.
So, speaking of Diablo Immortal, I found out even more egregious stuff that they're doing because, like, behind the scenes numbers, they're throttling your XP, like, after level, like, 30 or 40 or so. So, like, the first introduction to the game feels pretty good. And people are like, oh, well, I don't see what they're complaining about. I could play this for free. I don't need to spend money on it. It feels really good. And then they start throttling your XP and how quickly you can level. And then you're more likely to spend to progress.
Yeah, you need a shortcut game mechanic.
Mm-hmm. They make problems that then they sell you the solution to. Just gold diggers needing to be corrected. It's all about squeezing your wallet and making profit. I don't have a problem with gaming companies making profits or making money at all, because hopefully that means that they will be successful and they will make more games. But when they get super greedy and are only about the profits and they're not concerned about the welfare or even the fun of the game, and it just all becomes a way to squeeze you out of more money, it's just, I don't know.
Now, do we want a custom base or do we want to take over a POI?
That's up to you. I'm leaving all of that decision making up to you, because I was even willing to try the street horde if that's what the decision was.
Well, it still might turn into a street horde.
Oh, I'm sure it will eventually. I'll give him something to squeeze and it won't be my wallet.
Really? I've got 24 points.
Animals. Look There's like bunnies and chickens just like... Where were they when I was trying to do my hunter quest?
Yeah, you know. Let's see.
Hey, Jordanis!
Hey, Jordanis. Let's see. Need a
There's
spot.
somebody...
Don't
Yeah,
like
there was
that.
somebody else. Anybody else?
Incoming enemy.
Anybody else?
Prepare
Ooh,
for
looks like
conflict.
there's a fight going on over there.
I need to head to the north.
Okay, we got a wolf. Uh-oh.
Got a wolf? Uh-oh.
Well, they're taking on a survivor and a zombie. Don't want to hit the survivor, but... Oops!
You got the survivor?
I don't think so. I might have. Chasing me? No. I must not have.
Shut up, shutting up.
See, I can't rant about the perspective changes in like A21 because I don't know how that's gonna feel. I don't know what it's gonna be like.
Right.
It could be good.
Something we're gonna have to try first.
Right. I don't wanna preemptively complain about it. It could be rotten. I will admit. It could be just horrible. But it might not be. So I don't want to go on a big tirade about that because I don't even know what it's gonna feel like yet.
And it turns out to be pretty good.
Picked
Who
up
knows?
something.
Kind of how I feel about like Starfield. Like a lot of people want to be like, oh, it's gonna be the worst game that ever existed. No, I don't know what it's gonna be like. It might be garbage, but it might be pretty good. And I won't be able to give my opinion on it until it comes out. I see more, like when you actually can see some extended gameplay, or maybe I get a chance to play it myself.
Yeah, that's kind of the reason I don't want a cheerleader for it either.
Right, because I have no idea what it'll be like. It could be a list of broken promises. Is Alpha 21 going to improve farming? You really are trying to get me to rant, aren't you? No, it's not. They're not doing anything with farming because they're like, nope, dusting hands. That's good enough. We've screwed it over, so we're done here. I mean, I've mentioned before that some of the changes that the Fun Pimps are making, I don't think are always making the game better, but that's where like mods come in and things like that. So I can still play the game kind of exactly the way that I want to, even if I don't like the way vanilla is. But as we've seen, if they make enough changes to it, it'll change the way that mods can function and what you can do within a mod. Because I mean, even the farming in Darkness Falls got changed.
Yep.
Because of the way default farming works. So, and I know that there's going to be more and more back-end changes because they're doing console version, and there are just certain ways that it has to be developed.
Just the way it
for
has
that
to be.
improved. I'm interested to see what will happen because now Bethesda is actually a Microsoft company. And they had Starfield in development before they became a Microsoft company. So what will happen if this isn't a very good game? What will be next? Or what if it is a really good game? What will happen then? It'll be interesting to see. Because I think if it was just a straight up Bethesda thing, if this was actually a really good game that a lot of people liked, they might pull another Skyrim and just coast on that for the next 10 years.
It has potential in a non-Darkness Falls setting.
I've also heard rumors that there is another Fallout and a new Elder Scrolls supposedly coming out. But what will those look like? I don't know.
Master, we are not alone.
Like Fallout 5 and
S-
Elder Scrolls 6.
Ugh.
But I have seen that like all of the old Elder Scrolls games are like either free or really cheap on Steam. They've been brought to Steam and they're really inexpensive. So if you never got to try out like any of the really old Elder Scroll, like the beginning ones, like Arena and whatever the other ones were,
Daggerfall,
this
Morrowind,
is
Oblivion.
yeah, Daggerfall, all of those. It's a good opportunity to try them out. I don't know how well they work. I haven't tried them out yet. I find it difficult even just to play Morrowind with the controls and the way that the UI is and stuff after playing more modern games.
Actually, have
Just out for a cruise, popping heads. Yep, that's what I've been doing like the last few episodes is I'm just trolling around the neighborhood looking for zombies while I'm talking about stuff. There's not a whole lot on my list of things to do.
Oh shit! I forgot to queue up the steel.
Oops.
Want to queue up the steel?
I could try. I have to get back home first. Where is home? That way. But I think there's a lot of games that have been delayed or have been coming down the pipeline for a while that are going to be coming out relatively soon, or at least are on the books to be coming out now.
Or major patches coming up.
Major patches, all kinds of stuff. We had a real dry spell during lockdown and stuff for like the last 2 years, but it seems to be ramping up pretty good nowadays. That's texture to the frustration. Alright. Steel, you say. Steel. Oh, I need to get rid of all this crap that's in my inventory. I forgot I looted all this stuff.
Forget it.
I forget it. There's some stuff I need to scrap. Where was it? Scrap that, that. Oh, what'd you know? I got a couple of blue keys.
We got another auger.
Not like we have a whole lot of blue keys or anything. He sounds so impressed. Got another auger.
Got another auger. Thanks for augering me.
Is there a helmet in there? That's weird. So has anybody watched any good movies and or seen any good shows lately? There's a movie that I saw that I have on my watch list that I'm hoping it's good. It's called Everything Everywhere All at Once. And it looks weird, but it also looks like it could be good. If you haven't seen the trailer, maybe you should take a look at it. It was on Amazon, I think, that I saw it. And I haven't really heard anything about it. Of course, I don't really go looking for a lot of that stuff. If I see a new trailer, like for a new movie or something, I'm like, oh, I haven't heard about that. It's kind of how I heard about Batman, the new Batman movie. I mean, I'd heard about it a while ago, but I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then when it finally came out, I was like, oh, well, that might not suck. And it didn't. It was actually pretty decent. I mean, it wasn't like the best movie ever, but it definitely wasn't horrible.
I was entertained.
We watched Final Destination last night. I actually saw Final Destination like in the movie theaters, but Venom had never seen it and Piper had never seen it. So we watched that last night, and Piper thought it was hilarious.
It was okay.
I don't think it's supposed to be hilarious, but she thought it was hilarious. It's supposed to be scary, I think. But we're weird, so you know. What else have we watched lately?
No Way Home.
Wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. I was a little worried because I didn't really like. What was it? Far From Home. Was the second one. I didn't really care for that one. I was like, all right, whatevs. So I wasn't really expecting something great from this one, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
I found a spot. Go with a raw base instead of a prefab. I have to come up with a design. You, sir. Threatening my threatenables.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to queue up the steel.
Yes.
I nearly left the house and started smashing zombies because I'd put all my stuff away. I might have to go dig some clay. Ugh. Clay's kind of the worst because you can't like dig down and get clay. You can only get it so far down the surface.
Let's go over to one of the nearby farms and clear out their farm area.
That's titanium. There we go. Steel. How much steel would you queue up in one furnace?
How much iron did you get? Like how much steel can't? What's the max possible you can queue up?
What's the max possible? Hold on. The shortcoming is going to be the clay, not the iron. Well, this says 10,000.
Okay, that's the max you can queue up in one go. Queue up 4,000 in each of the middle three. Should work.
So which is my preferred, Toby, Andrew, or Tom? Okay, so here's the thing. All right. Toby Maguire, I thought, did a decent job. Some of the movies, some of the plots, okay, were weird and not all that great.
Yeah, leaving the plots out and just talking about the
But
actors.
he wasn't so bad, okay? Andrew, I think his last name is Garfield. He
was different.
was such a cringy Spider-Man to me. Like, he was so painfully awkward. And when he wasn't actually Spider-Man. He was a good Spider-Man, but his Peter Parker was just like, I couldn't even look at the screen. I was like, oh, please stop it. Don't stop talking. Just, no, please. And then Tom Holland, I think he has charm. I think he is a good Spider-Man. I think he's a decent Peter Parker. I think he's an all-around pretty decent version. Again, some of the movies that he's been in are like, okay, whatever. But
yeah, I really like him as Spider-Man and Peter Parker.
Overall, not a bad Spider-Man. He's alright.
Okay.
I mean, I think everybody remembers the emo Spider-Man moment when the Tobey Maguire movie where he's like dancing down the street in that weird hairdo and the suit and stuff. But again, you have to remember, this was like the movie decision.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was like necessarily his decision to do that. Oh, I need to get more urn.
Earn.
Urn. You saw the new Jurassic World. It was okay. Okay. Do you want to hear me rant? Let's talk about Jurassic World.
Jurassic anything.
Oh my god. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but we watched, I think it was the first Jurassic World movie, and I did not care one little bit about any of the characters. Human, dinosaur, whatever. Didn't care. I didn't feel a single thing for any of them. I thought they should have just left the dinosaurs to die on the island, and if they got consumed by lava, well, that's just too bad. That's the way of the world. Everything dies. It's sad, but that's what happens. And then the main characters, which I can barely even remember what their names are because they're just not all that important. In the first one, the woman was like terrible. She was just like a corporate mess who only cared about money and stuff. And then all of a sudden now she's like this hippy dippy save the dinosaurs person. I mean, I'm not saying people can't change. People can change, but I mean, and then what's his name? The protagonist guy. He didn't want to go save the dinosaurs, and she had to like convince him to go, and I was just like, oh my god. And then spoiler alert, so anybody who's not seen it and really cares to, I don't suggest you do because it's a terrible movie and you shouldn't go see it. But if you do, spoiler alert, I'll like get off my bike and crouch or something so that you know that it's I'm done with the spoilers. At the end, okay, the little girl just like they're talking about how it's unethical to let the dinosaurs out because then they're going to be out in the world and that could be super dangerous and blah blah blah, and the little girl just lets them free and she's like, oh, they're just like me because I was cloned. And I'm like, what that's the I wanted them all to just end right there. I didn't want anybody to be saved. I wanted a big explosion. Alright, I'm crouching. See? I'm done with spoilers.
Nuke him from orbit.
I've heard that Morbius is awful.
I've heard.
And it is just worthy of ever-loving trolls on the internet. And that's all it's really worth. That's what I've heard. But I haven't seen it. So there's part of me that's like, maybe it's not that bad. I mean, we watched World War Z. Everybody said that was really horrible and you couldn't even follow what was happening. And I didn't think it was that bad.
And we were able to follow it.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Well, that's interesting. I don't remember seeing that before. Seems like a trap.
It's a trap. Okay. Should give us more room.
Yes, John. You apparently have your finger securely on my rant button. You're just like press. And also, Incontinentia had an emo phase for the last decade, and it's still going strong. Look, there's nothing wrong necessarily with being emo, but like, did you see what was happening in that movie? That was. Look, I'm not the coolest lady in the whole entire world. Okay,
I think you
Joel
are.
and I have never even been on nodding terms, but I know that was bad. Wish they would have focused on the dinosaurs more. It was a dinosaur movie, for goodness sake. Well, I mean, it's also about ethics. I mean, the first movie was definitely about ethics. Is this an ethical thing to do? Is it ethical to bring dinosaurs back just to make money? I mean, sure, there's like the whole, oh no, it's definitely for science, and think of the children, wouldn't they love to see dinosaurs, and ho ho ho, I'm evil Santa Claus, blah blah blah. But no, it was definitely an ethical question. And then the dinosaurs killed everybody, and they were like, see, we said you shouldn't do it.
And we were like,
It's a bad
yay!
idea.
Okay, so... yeah.
And then the second movie happened, and we were like, okay, do you remember what happened in the first movie? And every movie after that has been, no, we don't remember that. We're going to breed dinosaurs for profit. And then the dinosaurs kill everyone. And then they're like, see? That was a bad idea, wasn't it? And then they do it again.
So the plot can happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, so the movie can happen.
It got too preachy. I wanted to see more dino action and not learn life lessons. The life lessons were the dinosaurs we met along the way, who ate everyone. Right?
Okay, so that's that thing.
So there's supposed to be a new Predator movie coming out. called
Prey. I'm actually quite excited for that one.
It doesn't look like it is necessarily awful. So there was one, I don't remember how many years ago it was, but it was what? Predators? Like with an S at the end? Was that the one? That wasn't bad?
Yeah, that one was
Where they
pretty
get
good.
dropped onto a planet? Like a bunch of people get dropped on a planet, and then they don't know what's going on, and they're being hunted by predators.
The essence of
And
that one harkened
actually-
back to the first one, so
It was actually pretty decent. I didn't hate it. I wasn't mad at it. I was like, hey, you know what? This is a pretty good movie. And then we watched, I guess it was like an attempted reboot,
The Predator. Yeah, that was.
The Predator, and
I don't acknowledge that movie.
if they would have used any other, they could have used some generic alien and used the same plot, and I think it would have been an okay movie. But knowing that it was predators that were supposed to be the aliens, I don't know, it just didn't hit the right notes for me.
It didn't jingle your jangle.
It didn't jingle my jangle.
There we go. Nice long runway for them.
I've never seen American Pie the Wedding. I have seen American Pie, the first one, and that's like all I've seen of those movies.
This will all be raised in a floor.
Predators was decent. They went off the rails. I hope they return to their roots with the new one. Well, the new one is supposed to be like Native Americans, I
Comanche.
guess, like back in like hundreds of years ago, run into a predator.
Yeah, that's the Comanche tribe. One of the things they're going to be offering from some of the interviews I was listening to is they're planning on doing an additional release where you can listen to the whole thing in Comanche with subtitles.
Oh wow! Okay, that would be cool. I mean, I don't speak Comanche, but it sounds cool.
That'll be subtitled.
But also, the main character looks like she's going to be this kick-ass lady. So, I'm all for that.
As long as they write her good.
I mean, she didn't look like a hard.
She didn't look like a token
bitter lady.
character.
No, she didn't look like a token character. She didn't look like a hard-bitten, like kind of. I mean, sometimes that's fun, but sometimes it's not. She didn't look like. She looked like she had feelings. Like she was afraid sometimes, and she was angry. She had a full range of emotions. She just wasn't like one thing.
Right.
Because that's one of the things that I liked about Ripley was that she was scared.
Yep.
And she was like, no, I'm not going back there. Are you crazy? What are you talking about? I'm not going back there. But she did it anyway, and she, could pull up her big girl pants and get things done. So I liked it that she wasn't like a one-note character. She
Yeah.
had range.
These days there seems to be more and more token characters. It's not a who am I, it's a what am I, and that's pretty much all I am. It's like, ugh. Scratch that character off. Don't care.
Although when we watched Final Destination, I mentioned that I had been the only one of us who had seen it before. But again, it was like 20 plus years ago that I saw it. And I didn't realize like how dumb the main character was.
Oh my god, he was an idiot.
Maybe because I wasn't like 100% paying attention at the time. I don't know. But I was just like blown away by like how stupid he was.
He was constantly saying or doing something, and I'm sitting there going, why the fuck did you do that? So the story could happen.
Yeah, apparently. What else is new that's coming out? Oh, wow. What a cute little stand. This is what I need, guys. This is what I need to sell my cooked goods to the Chaos Crew. I need a little, like, kiosk like this. It'd be amazing.
Memorize it and build it.
Well, I don't know if everything, all of the things that I would want, I could actually have without, like, spawning it in.
Couldn't tell without examining it.
I think some of them are creative blocks. I think some of them are not things that you can actually get.
Pull out a shape and try to copy shape.
Yeah, I can't copy that shape.
Okay.
Yeah, see, like, I can do this shape, but those other ones that I was looking at, I could not copy. So, pretty sure they're just creative thingy-mabobs.
Creative thingies.
How do you prevent the Chaos Crew from just stealing the food?
She doesn't.
I don't. Cowboys vs. Alien remake sounds like, oh, okay. So everybody, like, almost universally hated Cowboys vs. Aliens when it first came out because everybody thought it was going to be like a goofball comedy, and it was definitely not, by the way, for anybody who's never seen it. It was way more serious and dark. And it was actually pretty good. I didn't hate it. I thought it was pretty decent at the time. I mean, I haven't gone back and watched it, but
I enjoyed
the
it.
one time I did watch it, I enjoyed it. I was entertained. I didn't think it was just awful. So, a remake, huh? What kind of remake, I wonder?
One where they make it again.
Like, yeah, but I mean, are they gonna go for like the superhero touch where it's like big explosion, like action hero-y, or are they gonna go like
hope
super
not.
serious? Are they gonna go goofy, or what are they gonna do? That's the question.
They're gonna mess it up. That's my faith in Hollywood. Oh, you liked this thing? We're gonna destroy it.
Aren't they running out of things that they can remake though? Well, I mean, I guess they are like on like the fourth or fifth reboot of Spider-Man and like the third or fourth reboot of Batman, and I don't even know how many times Superman's gotten rebooted.
Oh my god. What was I doing?
Depends
Okay.
on the director. If it's a Michael Bay film, oh, there'll be lots of explosions. And if it's J.J. Abrams, there's going to be lens flares for days.
So true. So true. So let's see. I have got that many of those. I can snatch those. Give them a little snatch. Just a little snatch.
You cannot beat the Bat Dance. I know. The 1966 Batman movie was like chef's kiss. Like, I get that some people don't like it. They like a more serious Batman, but...
Dark and gritty Batman. I don't know.
I'm
I
just
can
saying,
dig either one. You just got to be in the right mood for one or the other. Sometimes you want that dark, gritty, Dark Knight Batman, and then other times you want the goofball '60s variant. Dark and broody Superman, though, nah.
oh my,
But then I've never really been a Superman fan to begin with. He's just too powerful. It makes me not care.
I kind of got lost on the Superman movies. I know that there was like a lot kind of in quick succession where they like kept changing who the Superman was. So I know that there was one movie that we watched where Superman and Lois Lane like had a kid, but then like Superman couldn't cope with it, so he like left or something. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I have no words. I have no words for that.
Picked up something.
Look, I understand that a lot of people don't want like a goody two shoes character. If they're too good, then they're not believable and blah blah blah. But like, there's also, you can have like really good, decent people as characters, and that's okay. And I think that's kind of what Superman should be. I'm not saying he should be perfect. Maybe he should have, you know, foibles and quirks and whatever. He should be a person.
I should have left him dead.
Well, all right.
Yeah, Keaton's Batman was fun. That's super serious, but
Okay.
awkward.
So the Batman Returns with Catwoman and the Penguin is like the Tim Burton Batman. That was one of my favorites. But then that was like 90s, like right around the time when I was really kind of into movies and stuff, and that was like a really new take on Batman at the time. And I don't know, it was just fun and interesting.
I wasn't sure what to make of who's the new guy Batman? What's his name? He was the sparkly vampire.
Pattison.
Yeah,
Something or other.
Patterson or Pitter Patter of
He
Pity
played Edward. in
Shovel
Twilight.
Face.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, and I know that's not. Like, I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be good.
But I will say I was impressed. He did a really good job.
Yeah, he wasn't bad. He did look like he was gonna burst into tears, like
Every scene.
Every scene, but I mean, overall, he really could have done a lot worse. He was actually pretty good.
Incoming enemy.
John says that he's pro Christian Bale Batman. He was really good in that role. I think the one with the Joker was the best one of that trilogy.
Oh
The
yeah,
rest of them,
Heath Ledger's Joker is pretty much iconic at this point.
like the one with Bane. I mean, that was just
Yeah,
bad.
that was.
That was just bad all around. That was bad Batman, bad villain, bad story, just bad.
Just bad.
Worst Batman. Val Kilmer, George Clooney. They really tried to like bring back like the goofy 60s vibe. I think it was George Clooney, right? Where they really tried to like have him do puns and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think I watched any of them, to be honest. I've seen clips, but I don't think I've ever seen the actual movies. So I can't really give you my opinion.
The Bat credit card.
Hey Gareth! How long have you been playing today? I've been playing for about an hour and 18 minutes.
We're gonna nest these a little deeper than I normally do. Keep it just in case.
Famous bat nipple movie, yes.
Ah, yes, the bat nipples.
That was a comment about Prey. Yeah, The Prey is the new Predator film. But it's also a Bethesda game. Technically. But that's more... I think it was an Arcane Studio under the auspices of the Bethesda software publishing arm. Best Superman movies were Christopher Reeves. Okay, so this is where you find out that I like all super old things. There were Superman cartoons from like the 19... Oh geez, were they 40s? 1940s and 50s maybe? And some of them are obviously, you know, have questionable characters in them, but most of it was actually pretty good. Lois Lane was an absolute nincompoop most of the time, unfortunately. But then when's she not? To be honest. Really showing your age now. Okay, I didn't say I was around when they came out. Okay. I said I happen to like really old things.
Back in my day, we didn't have horses. You and your fancy taming techniques.
I know that I've seen the Christopher Reeve movies, but I don't really remember what they were about. Now the story changes. The story never changed.
There's a story?
Roll the footage, man. Roll the footage.
We had a plot? Wait a minute. Roll the tape. Okay, let's see.
I'll go put this stuff away and then I'll go out and find some more zombies. Dun, dun, dun. Wasn't one of the 50 Superman actors shot by some kid who got a gun because he thought he could deflect the bullet? There was some weirdness about his death. That was the TV Superman.
Yeah.
Like the live action TV thing. I don't know what the weirdness about his death was. Walk 10 miles all day uphill. Yep. That's how it was back in our day.
20 feet of snow.
Mm-hmm. School in the snow. Exactly. See, you know.
Yeah.
You've heard the stories. You know how it was.
Yeah. Shoy.
Oh my gosh, we have so much rotten flesh. I can't even... I don't even know what we would do with all of that.
It's a lot of hobo.
It is a lot of hobo. Bobsleigh team downhill. Got a bunch of enriched uranium in the fusion forge.
Yeah, I queued up a bunch.
Just making sure that there was nothing else left crafting. Oh, here we go. What's this? Marauder accessories and Marauder chassis.
What?
Got a whole bunch of Marauder parts left in the mechanics bench.
Oh, that's right. I was going to make Marauders. I totally forgot about that.
And we've got a coil sniper receiver in the lathe. Did you need that for some reason?
I was trying to upgrade my coil sniper, and I already did. Let's see.
What make does hubby smoke? What?
What?
I don't know. Somebody asked something, a question, and I am confuseth.
You are confused?
I am the confused. Oh yeah, that's another reason I wanted to come back home. I need gas. Need to gas up the old motorbike. So what else have we watched recently?
Hmm.
We watch a lot of werewolf movies. And I think one of my favorite werewolf movies is Cursed. It's still good. Like, it was made quite some time ago, and we watched it with Piper not too long ago, and I was like, I still enjoy this movie. It's still good. Because there are some times you're like, oh yeah, that movie, let's watch it. It was so good. And then you watch it and you're like, oh my god.
Why did I like this movie?
Why did I like this movie? This is garbage. So, favorite werewolf movie?
Go.
Go.
Tough one. Cursed is really good. Did really enjoy that one.
Okay, John. See you later. Have a good whatever.
I mean, you can't skip the classic, American Werewolf in London.
Michael J. Fox's Teen Wolf.
It was fun, but I wouldn't call it one of my favorites.
I barely remember it. I'm pretty sure that I did see it once, but it was a very long time ago. I have seen American Werewolf in London many times.
I don't know why that would be.
Yeah, I don't know where that would be. But I do know that when we were trying to figure out a family movie night the other night, I was like, look, if you guys want to watch Aliens, if you want to watch Predator, I'm up for it. I've seen those movies like a gazillion times. But I'm still willing to watch it. But I'm about American Werewolf in London out. I've reached my cap. Not Werewolf, but I like Lost Boys. That's another one that I want Piper to watch. She hasn't seen it yet, and I think she would enjoy it. Teen Wolf, obviously. We did watch the show, Teen Wolf.
That was weird.
I mean,
It was a Teen Wolf, yeah, but it wasn't Teen Wolf.
it wasn't like goofy funny.
No, it was super drama.
Super drama.
It's like super drama, man.
Like, oh my god. Oh, that's another thing I could rant about.
Super drama?
Like, what was it? The one that was supposed to be Archie, like from the Archie comics, Riverdale. That was not Archie. I read Archie comics. I have a bunch of Archie comics sitting in our closet right now. That was not Archie. I don't know what the hell that was.
That was crap. That's what that was.
And I was kind of excited when they started making Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, like that darker version. I was like, oh, they're going to go dark with it. Because I know that it was a comic book way, way back in the day, Sabrina was. And then there was like the 90s sort of sitcom-y show and stuff. So I was like, ooh, a slightly darker take on that. That would be cool. There actually was a comic book that was like a darker take on Sabrina the Teenage Witch. And it was... I tried to read it. Let's just put it that way. I think it could possibly be worse than the show, but the show was pretty bad, so I don't know. I don't know, man. I know that it had fans. I know that people love drama and stuff. And there's nothing wrong with loving drama. We were sucked into Game of Thrones for like seven seasons. And that was all drama.
Yeah, but you also
Boys
didn't
is
know.
amazing and has an awesome soundtrack.
True, true.
Yeah, but also what?
Lost my train of thought.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking about Sabrina the Teenage Witch and how it was just like
I know.
terrible, and
I'm here.
like some people like the drama, but well, I'm just trying to like spur your thought process. So I was talking about some people really like the drama, and then I don't know.
Spawn was a fun movie, yeah. With a good soundtrack.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie. What else have we got going on, kids? Let's see. I think we've talked before that like Supernatural was pretty good when it first started off.
Yeah, seasons 1 and 2 were pretty good. I think it was right after that we were just kind of like starting to strain, and then we went on. Whoa! What the fuck was that?
Master, we are not
We
alone.
watched like 7 seasons of Supernatural.
Yeah, but it was like after the second season it started losing the plot, and we kept on going, and then it took us like 4 more seasons to finally be like, no. Because they escalate too much.
I liked the formula of like they would go out and there was it was kind of like Grimm. Did anybody watch Grimm? It was set in Seattle and there were all of these like fairy tale creatures, and the Grimm had to go and like take care of any problem creatures that would arise. And there was like this whole subplot where they were trying to stop him being a Grimm. Once he realized he was a Grimm, the main character finds out that he's a Grimm. He didn't know that that's what his family was. And so they were like trying to stop him doing it and stuff, but it became a whole big weird plot. But like the regular formula of them going out and finding the fairy tale creature, and maybe it was good, maybe it was bad, maybe it was like super killing people and they had to put a stop to it, or maybe it was misunderstood. You know, that was good. It was some of the other stuff that I was like, Yeah, Grimm was pretty good. I didn't really like the ending of it either. BK in the Bay? The original Howlin' back in the 70s.
The Howling, yes. Here's a question. Who's read the book?
I like Grimm except the German butchering. Well, I think that they were going for like a German, like, you know, the Brothers Grimm kind of a feel, but they had to make it, I don't know. It's kind of like how people use Latin. It's not real Latin, but it kind of sounds Latin-y. Because, I don't know.
It's Latin
Maybe
light.
to be original and maybe just because people won't know any better.
Okay, so from here I'm going to need steel and
We
titanium.
watched all of Grimm. Even the bad and ugly parts, we still watched it. We liked the characters. They did the characters well. Was it Dark Matter? It was like a sci-fi
yeah.
show.
That one was really
That
good.
was really good. And they just like cut it off. And they had to like quickly wrap up the end because they were canceling it. But the characters were so good. Like you really felt for the characters and their character development and all that. I was like, so sucks that you would cancel the good stuff. Original Office or American Office? I don't know. I've never watched either one. A lot of the more modern shows I haven't seen because we stopped having like regular TV years and years ago.
Yep.
I felt the same about Firefly. Firefly was really good.
Uh-huh.
I still don't think that you could ever, even if you brought back the same people, I don't think it would be the same.
No. Sometimes you just can't re-grasp those feels, so to speak.
I know you're stunned that I've never seen either of the Offices. There's a lot of stuff I haven't seen.
I haven't watched The Office either. I enjoy the memes.
The memes are good.
Yeah, Dark Matter was really good. I was really bummed when they canceled that. Hell, what was that one with the succubus? Lost Girl?
Yeah.
That was also good, and they canceled that one too. Or
They did.
They did something else with it.
I'm pretty sure they were gonna cancel it and then they brought it back, but they like lost some of the cast or something.
Something
It
like
wasn't
that.
the same. I don't know.
Then there was that other one, Being Human, was it?
Oh, the UK version.
The UK
not
version,
The American
yeah.
version.
The American version sucked. But the UK version, that was...
Gareth, you're going to just drive a wedge between us because I don't like The Simpsons and I never watched The Family Guy.
I watched The Simpsons a few times. It was funny.
I remember that The Simpsons were derived from the Tracy Ullman Show because I did watch the Tracy Ullman Show when I was like probably way too young to be watching it. And it was like little animated clips that would happen on her show, and then it was really funny, and then it made like its own spin-off onto its own animated series. Excuse me.
You know, I completely forgot about that.
I'm full of weird trivia. And Tracy Ullman was the one who played Latrine in Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Oh yeah.
So if you don't have a frame of reference, either go watch the movie, or if you have watched the movie, she was obviously in pretty heavy makeup, but that was Tracy Ullman.
I remember her being funny.
Yeah, she was a
that's
pretty
about
good
it.
comedian. Like I said, she had her own show like for quite a while. You're full of morbid trivia? Ooh. I was this close. I touched it. Yes. Yes. Yes, Dratonis. She gives her the lifesaver. She said,
Sci-fi killed a lot of good shows. Yep. Yep, sadly.
"Oh, what was the one that they like gave the first few episodes away for free, like on YouTube, and it was about the alien guy who like crash landed on Earth."
Oh yeah.
It was Alan Tudyk, and he was like the alien guy, and only the kid could see him. He took over the personality of like the doctor and the town, and they gave away like the first several episodes for free, and then they're like, "Oh, come watch Sci-Fi," and I'm like, "Oh, well, I guess I'm never watching that ever again. Bye." That was good too.
It was good.
Did I ever see Red Dwarf? Yes, I did. I do not know a lot of like the sayings and stuff because I watched it a really long time ago, and I only did not get to see like entire seasons because it was on our PBS like late at night. So I got to see whatever they showed. It shall live forever known as the John. Yes. So give me the bad news in a good way.
Oh god, that scene. I forgot about that scene. That scene was hilarious.
What scene?
The scene you just mentioned.
Oh.
I can't remember the lines, but I remember that particular scene just had me busting a gut.
Then of course there's Young Frankenstein. That's pretty funny.
Oh good, that's a hilarious one.
I remember watching Blazing Saddles, but we saw like a cleaned up television version of Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, Princess Bride is a classic.
And then I saw the non-cleaned up version, and I was scandalized.
Anybody who hasn't seen The Princess Bride is just wrong.
I love The Princess Bride. I'm very much, I liked The Labyrinth. I was that kind of kid. I never watched E.T.
You mean you never got through E.T.?
Okay, I thought E.T. was boring, alright? I fell asleep. I did try to watch it multiple times. It just wasn't happening. I also tried to watch The Neverending Story. That didn't happen either.
If I remember right, you tried watching that with me, but you weren't feeling all that great at the time.
English or American? There was an American red dwarf? What?
What? Is this
I
blasphemy?
have a mole? I'm sorry. We're still doing men in tights jokes over here.
Those are manly men. Princess Bride. Yes, that's classic.
Master Robin, you lost your arms in battle, but you grew a nice set of boobs.
Did you say Abe Lincoln?
No, it didn't say Abe Lincoln. I said, hey, Blinken. Not that we've watched it once or twice.
Do you know Praying Mantis?
You're looking at him. Short Circuit, Johnny 5 is alive. I liked that movie.
Stephanie, nice software.
I did like that movie. I don't know if I would still like it. I would have to rewatch it. It's another one of those movies that could probably go either way.
I don't know if that one would age well, given, technology and all that stuff.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I'd still like it or not. I'd have to see it again. You want to go watch Men in Tights? Well, see? Exactly, Jinxie.
Only one man would dare give me the raspberry. Yes, Mel Brooks is a legend. Though he couldn't make any of those movies these days.
Probably not.
My senses have picked up something. Well, wipe it off.
What?
My rabbit said that her sensors had picked up something. I said, well, wipe it off. I'll bring that home. Be icky. We don't want none of that.
Yicky.
Base is coming along in its base. Base of the base is coming along.
The base of the base?
The base of the base. The base is base. Right now it's all about that base, because that's all it's got. Do-do-do-do-do. I gotta keep an eye on the time, considering how far away I am.
Now I keep thinking of Men in Tights because there was, what was her name? With her horse Farfignugan? It was, Maid Marian's, maid or guardian. No ding ding without a wedding ring. Maid Marian jumps out the window onto her horse. And so the quite hefty lady tries to jump out on her horse, and the horse steps out of the way. Monty Python. Now there was quite a few things that Monty Python I thought were just absolutely hysterical. There was a lot of things that I thought were kind of clinkers too. I'm not gonna lie.
Ah, but the thing is, they took a lot of risks.
They did. They took a lot of risks.
And it paid off in the end.
Spam and spam. It's probably different when you're watching the entire set on disc or something, one right after the other too.
Yeah, that'll probably make a difference. What?
The chastity belt, yes. You have the key to my heart. Call a locksmith!
I got a blank glass paper.
Got a blank class paper.
Yeah, that zombie dropped a blank glass paper.
What class are you going to take?
Oh, yeah, good point. I don't think I've taken all classes, have I?
Too saucy.
Scientist.
It's the same in the UK. There's a series of films called Carry On. There's like 32 films in total. Could not make it today. Too saucy. And Howard says History of the World. We actually have that one. History of the World Part 1. And I think I've only actually watched it once. It's good to be the king. I remember that from it.
Incoming enemies. Prepare for conflict.
Oh, crap. That means I'm going to need frickin' you bastards.
You need bastards.
I'm betting they damaged my concrete blocks, which means I'm going to actually have to come home and get concrete.
Oh.
Okay. Back to what I was doing.
Yeah, I was trying to convince Venom that we need to enable the setting on Project Zomboid where you can actually clear out the zombies. They are not infinite. They will not infinitely spawn. There's only like so many, and then once you kill them all, the zombies are gone. And I think that that would be kind of cool if they had a setting like that in 7 Days to Die, where like they're not like infinite spawns or anything. You can actually clear out the zombies.
That would be interesting. Be a short game.
Depends on how big your map is, I suppose. On a more modern comedic note, I did enjoy Galaxy Quest. You know, I did watch that movie back in the day, and I heard everybody talking about how great and wonderful it was, so I went back and watched it, and it was okay. But, like, the way that people talk about it is, like, the best film that ever existed, and I did not find it to be so. If you want a really good old movie, and I mean old, we're talking 1930s kind of movie. It happened one night. It is pretty funny, believe it or not, and quite saucy considering it was made in like the 1930s, 1940s. It had Clark Gable and Claudette Colbert in it. You should check it out. It's good. There's also another one that had what's her name? I can't remember.
My senses
But
have
another
picked up
funny one
something.
is My Man Godfrey. You should check that movie out. Yeah, I think in And It Happened One Night, there was actually, it was a little scandalous because Clark Gable actually took his shirt off and showed his undershirt. Or might have just like taken his shirt off and that was like,
The scandal.
it was pretty saucy for back in the day. I mean, compared to stuff today, it's not really all that saucy, I guess, but. Carry On Screaming black and white horror comedy. You know what? If you want black and white movies that are actually pretty fun. You should get the Margaret Rutherford, Agatha Christie movie. She plays Miss Marple, and oh my god. I don't think that they're supposed to be hilarious, but they are hilarious.
Oh, hell, the old Avengers.
Yeah, it's not okay. Not like the superhero Avengers, but like the secret agent Avengers. I think I've talked about them before, in an episode, and I have the whole set of Diana Rigg episodes because I just think they're hilarious. I think they're great. I love them. Have we played Zomboid? Yes, we are playing Project Zomboid kind of as a side thing, and I need to get good. You popped one in the Discord videos for me. Ooh. I'll have to go check that out. Oh yeah, and for anybody that has not joined the Discord and was wondering about it, there is a link in the description. You may have to click on show more, but it is there.
Same can be found in my descriptions as well. Come on. They really got to work on this menu pop-up, because that's annoying.
It was that I was mentioning the Discord and where the link was located like every time we streamed, but then I just kind of figured that
Everybody knows by now.
yeah, everybody'd already joined. I keep forgetting that there are new people that come along. So yes, we have played Project Zomboid. We've changed the settings so that they're more amenable to people who are starting out. Basically, they're not like pros at the game yet. But I still need to get much better at the combat. Which, you know, usually in combat-related games, I'm usually pretty good. But Project Zomboid is just not one of those games.
Combat style is completely different from most other games.
Which is probably why it's so demoralizing, because I'm usually pretty good at it. And I'm really not very good at it. I keep dying.
Well, I mean, the intro loading screen, this says this is how you died, and so far they have not been wrong.
Nope. At least with the changed settings, we can live for longer than like stepping outside of our beginner house. So that's the thing. Progress. Baby steps. Oh man. I need something to talk about. I can feel myself winding down.
Yep. Get
I'm
smart.
still not 100%, guys, and I have like so much energy and so much like talkativeness, and then it all kind of dries up. Right about an hour and a half, 2 hours in. And still not up to the bell yet.
This is why we don't go over the 2-hour mark.
Oh man. Even if we weren't like having germs and that kind of stuff.
There are
I'm
occasionally times where it's like, you know what, I feel like I probably could continue, but for the most part, no. We kind of get burned out about that point. So if anybody's wondering why we always only do the 2-hour stints, that's pretty much it.
We're kind of like the burst introverts, where like we can be sociable and like out there for a certain amount of time, and then that's it. And then we're like, okay, hermit time. Time to be quiet. Oh, nice, Gareth. I'm glad that you joined the Discord. It's actually fairly quiet, but feel free to,
Make noise.
yeah, feel free to make noise. We have the approximate schedule up in announcements. It also has a time zone calculator link there as well, in case you don't live in the Eastern Standard Time Zone. They are approximate times. Sometimes we are running a little late or whatever, but if we're going to miss a stream, we usually try to tell everybody beforehand.
Partially because this isn't a job.
Right. I still felt guilty when we didn't stream on Wednesday.
Yeah.
even though it's not like a job, but I feel like, you know, we've kind of made a promise.
Promise me.
A commitment. But sometimes real life intervenes, so you gotta do what you gotta do. Kind of like nobody should. Some people are like, "Oh, I'm so sorry that I was late," or "I'm so sorry that I missed it." And I'm like, "Look, dude, real life. Go do your thing. It's okay." And also, there will be videos on demand if you really wanted to catch up. So don't worry about it.
Yep. It's not a big deal.
I mean, we're glad when people show up, and we're glad to see everybody and talk to them. Don't get me wrong. In fact, that's one of the best parts, is that being able to talk to everybody and being able to interact with chat and stuff. That is usually what really makes things feel awesome.
Yeah. But that means, of course, chat, you guys got to step it up. You guys have been real quiet on my end.
Guys. Yeah, I think everybody's starting to run down as well. They'll all be like, "Oh, it's just about bedtime." Oh, plus watching you play the games that I can't. Yeah, that's... Now, can't because you don't have the game, or can't because you're not very good at the game, or can't because... Like, my mom can't play. She would not be able to play 7 Days to Die. Because the 3D games where, like, you have to swivel around and stuff make her seasick. So she just can't play it. She could probably watch me play, but she couldn't play it herself. Because if she was concentrating on it, like, to try and move around herself, she would just feel ill. Ever see Farscape? I think I tried to look that up. Somebody mentioned it to me, I think. And I think I ended up watching part of an episode, and then, like, something happened and I couldn't get back to it, and I don't remember why. Like, something in real life happened and I had to, like, drop it in the middle, and then I couldn't get back to it for some reason. But if you're watching live, you can feel the rants. See? Exactly. Oh, you've got a tablet. I see. Yeah, that would make things challenging.
What you talking about, Willis? There was an old show.
Different strokes?
Yep. Different folks.
Ah. amoeba. You get to play crap games instead. Well, not all games that are. There's a lot that are coming out for like phones and tablets and stuff these days, and some of them are getting like really good. I mean, they're also monetized all the hell and back, but you know the gameplay is getting much better.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's quite amazing how far cell phone technology has come.
And a lot of things have come out for like things like the Switch, and I think Steam has like a little handheld device that they're trying to peddle these days that kind of reminds me of the Switch. So a lot of development is actually going into like mobile devices and other devices that aren't like stationary consoles or PC. Now, not all ports are good. So if something gets ported to like a tablet or phone or something, it might not be delicious. And vice versa. Sometimes games that get ported to PC are just really rancid.
Yeah, that does happen.
Not because the game is bad, but because the port was poorly done.
Oh yeah, that can really tear it up.
Like what was Nier Automata was like really touted as like this really amazing, awesome game, but all of the reviews I keep seeing on Steam are like, "Oh my god, the PC port is garbage." I'm like, "Oh, all right. Well, maybe I won't get that." Diablo on mobile? No, Gareth, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Rewind. Watch my. I think it was what was it? It was like Friday or something like that. I had a whole rant. In fact, I've been ranting for like the last 3 episodes about their diabolical, horrible schemes to squeeze your wallet, and they're trying to separate you from their money.
From their money.
Well, I wish they were separating them from their money. You know what I mean? Just don't do it. Don't get sucked in.
Don't do it, man.
I know they're coming out with Diablo 4 as well, and people are really concerned that it's going to have a lot of the same monetization as the mobile game. And there are the other ones who are like, no, they're going to make a good, decent PC game. They're going to, make a real game. It's not going to be the same. They just made a mobile game in this really trashy, horrible, awful, unethical, completely immoral way because it's a mobile game. They're not going to do that to a PC game. I'm like, they got away with it, didn't they? Of course they're going to do it. Again.
And again, and again.
And with more and more games. Because, that's one of the things that's been pointed out is like, now this style of monetization, if they don't do it, it's going to be seen like leaving money on the table. You're just kind of like walking away from all of this potential money. Why would you do that? That's dumb.
Yep. So this is kind of the premise of the thing.
Hey, Aaron. You listen while driving. Oh, like a podcast. I see. I wonder how that seems. Well, we don't talk about the game that we're playing all that much, so probably fine. We're always talking about something else. It was not the money side of it, it was the memory waiting 2 to 3 hours for it to come out. 2 to 3 years for it to come out. You said it's massive memory use, huh? I could not believe it. I know that Arc 2 is coming out, and that made me look because they were giving away Arc for free, actually, on Steam. I don't know if they still are, but they had been for like a week or so, because as like kind of like a promotion because they're going to come out with Arc 2. And I went to go and look because we've played Arc, and I was kind of looking at it, and it's over 200 gigs of disk space. 200 gigs of disk space for one game. And it was not optimized either, by the way.
Ew.
So I can only imagine how much memory it uses. How much loading time. I just about fell on the floor. That's like twice of like some of the really modern games that have come out recently. Like there's more and more games that are like 100 gig or over, especially like if they have like DLC and stuff, but 200 gig. They should have finished the first one first. Arc? Yeah, they should have. There was a lot of problems still with that, which is why I think partially that, but also partially because it just becomes like a poop maintenance game later on.
Well, it's a maintenance game anyways.
You have to pick up the poop and put it in the plots, and then you have to feed the dinos, and that's about it.
That's what it really became, was just a dino feeding exercise for me.
I mean, you can breed dinosaurs, but
They really did make the baby dinosaurs cute as hell, and that grabs you for a while.
They did. I remember our first, it was like one of the little, we call them wiggles. They're like one of the very first ones that you can see like on the beach that are non-threatening. They're four-legged little tiny dinosaurs that you can feed berries, and they'll be tamed just by you like crawling around and feeding them berries. You don't have to knock them out or anything. I don't remember what they're called now, but we got some of those and they were just absolutely adorable. And we got the bright idea, you know what? We should try to breed our own. Well, we were on our friend server and our friend had set up the settings backwards so that instead of giving you more time to feed the babies and stuff, it basically gave you no time to feed the babies when they were born, and it like almost immediately died. And I wasn't crying. There was absolutely dust in my eye, and I was also cutting onions at the time because it was awful.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Okay, yeah, it's time for me to start heading back to
You put
base.
Arc on tablet? How do you even do that? Oh my god. I was halfway building Hogwarts to scale in vanilla and it ended up being rendering hell and crashed the server. Oh my god. Breeding! Yep, 7 Days to Die doesn't do that. Just release a new game instead of finishing the one you started. I just want 7 Days to Die to run well. I agree, Aaron, and I have talked about this before. There's a couple of concerns because I know that they have other projects. Like, I think they're probably working on 7 Days to Die 2 already. That's not confirmed, but I know that it is confirmed that there are other projects that they want to work on, and I know that they want to push this to go gold, as they call it, you know, to go basically live as a full game. But they keep changing so many core systems that I'm just like, how are you going to have this actually running properly and, you know, not a resource hog and all that stuff if you're changing massive amounts of the base system? But anyway, it's almost daytime, I think, right?
Yep.
Dodo hoarder. Oh, the dodos. Yeah, you could get eggs from dodos. We did do one of the Easter special holiday things, and I got bunny ears for my Tyrannosaurus Rex. I still have screenshots of that. And for my scorpion, I had bunny ears for my scorpion that I used to ride around on. And then they had like, it was like the kangaroo ones that you could get, but you could get like Easter bunny outfits for them. But you had to like find dodos that would lay the Easter eggs. Glad you have a 12 terabyte external drive. Yeah. Oh my god. Nothing wrong with that. You bunny ear everything. I should put up some of the screenshots. My Tyrannosauruses were so funny. It looked like they were grinning for the camera. It was great. And they had like little bunny ears on.
My thing was mass breeding Allosauruses.
Yeah, he was trying to breed the primo, the best Allosaurus ever.
I got some
But
top-notch Allos, and they beat bosses, so that was good.
Oh yeah, he did. He got some really great ones. But it got to a point where, instead of being like, oh, I've got like severe dust in my eye because the baby dinos died, it was like, oh, just have the adults eat them. They need to be fed anyway. We don't want those. Those are crummy babies. We don't want those. And I'm like, you know what? I think I should stop playing this game. I don't think this is good for me. See, Lainey used to play a lot of Ark. This is what's happened.
She's got so many hours, over 10,000 hours.
This is what's happened. Okay, guys? You wonder why she's like, oh, it's a baby, kill it. See? It's Ark. Ark does this to you.
Ark does that to you.
I made so many bunny ears in case I lost them. Oh, I was like, yes. That's just reasonable. That's just good planning.
Let's see, so I gotta put everything away. Yeah, it's getting close to sign-off time.
Oh yeah, I should probably eat something.
Yeah, you should probably eat something. Our medicine
I have
box.
more to put away. My lord.
Our poor, pathetic medicine box. What did you do to it?
What?
What?
Oh. I didn't do anything. I don't know shock mode.
Oh! Sadly, some of this stuff doesn't sell for very much, and we haven't been breaking stuff, so I'm not using those. Let's see. Put more stuff away. Actually surprised I got back in time.
Later, rude dog. So as far as I know, Spange is back. He was streaming today, and he's been putting out some episodes and stuff. So as far as I know, Monday will be Chaos Crew.
Seems like
and
it.
As far as I know, it will be Darkness Falls. And then, since we are feeling better, unless there's some turn for the worse, we should be back Wednesday.
Yep. So all things should be good. Should be good.
Ooh, Lava Cave doesn't sound delicious.
All right, and there's the bell.
All right.
So here's the stats. I'm 207 now.
Yeah,
so
and I'm 190.
250 is the max level.
Yep.
And a Horde Night in the Wasteland, assuming we actually grind it like we normally do, then yeah, I could be at or near, at least near 250 by the end of the Horde Night. Granted, there are still 2 days till the Horde. So I've got 2 days to get that Horde base popped up.
Chop, chop. My job is obviously to rant and to roam around the town killing zombies.
Yeah, you should come roam around the Horde base and kill all the demons that are trying to
Oh, you know what? I could
interrupt.
do that.
Because they're interrupting my building.
All right. That'll be the plan next time. Remind me, guys, that I said that. They'll be like, roll the tape. All right, so we should see you Monday for the Chaos Crew, unless something catastrophic happens.
Yep.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.